And I say hopefully because I'm trying to go the sponsorship invitation thing on the sponsorship page. And I'm trying to accept the campaign, but I guess I have to wait 1 hour before I can do it, so we'll keep the stream title as is for right now, and then once the 1 hour has passed, we'll try and activate it then, and if not, who knows what else we might go with. This is my first ever time dealing with sponsorships. I am new to sponsorships here on Twitch. I've never really played around with this before. So I'm just, trying to figure things out, see how it works. But we're just going to roll with it. We are going to continue our Farlands journey from where we left off. We made it to around 600K. So that's pretty good, I would say. Don't you think? We are at 48 hours total uptime for the journey so far. We'll get in the game in just a minute. And we left off 3876.49 Mbps. So, if you got your flesh ready, let's continue. Let's continue and let's get in. Give it a second for the world to generate. Not going to hang out here for too long because I don't want this to be the thumbnail. Yeah, I don't want the starting screen to be the thumbnail or the Minecraft menu screen to be the thumbnail. Or this to be the thumbnail. Yeah. I'm sure at least one of the VODs has a thumbnail like that. But anyway. You got your flesh ready. Let's begin. And let us continue west. So, without further ado, on my mark, get set, go. We're doing this. All right. So, as you can see, I can press F3 here because this is where we... oh, and there's a skeleton. And I want to be sure I'm heading... Yeah, this is the direction I want to head. Okay. Yep. Compass is pointing south. So... yeah, already some some weird shit happening, if you want to say that. Tried to open the sponsorship campaign in between going live and getting things set up for today, and it appears as though I can't quite accept the campaign offer yet. I'm new to sponsorships here on Twitch. It's really my first time playing around with it, so we'll give it some time. One of the requirements is you have to play Minecraft for an hour. You have to stream Minecraft for an hour before you become eligible for rewards and shit. And I guess you have to stream Minecraft for an hour before you can open the campaign. So we're gonna wait until around the 1 hour mark of this stream, and then I knew I was gonna take fall damage doing that. Alright, here we go. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, it would make sense to have to stream for an hour first before you can open the campaign. But that's why we're doing the Far Lands today. So we have a nice long stream. Look at that jitter. It's only gonna get worse. Yeah, it's only gonna get worse as we get farther in. And we're climbing up these mountains. Oh, okay. Yeah, I do have cocoa beans, but I'm not gonna... Alright. So as a reminder, we press F3 at the end of every hour. We're 45 minutes away from that. Nope, can't quite use the bed yet. Alright. Looks like there's... Yeah, there is a skeleton. I got plenty of bones. I don't need any more bones for the time being. Yeah, it's my first time ever playing with sponsorships, so... Yeah, first time ever playing with sponsorships here on Twitch, so don't worry if it's a little scuffed. We love scuffed streams. We love that shit. But anyway, what's new? Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out a... Yeah, hopefully we are able to launch the campaign. Again, I am new to pig was dry. I am new to sponsorships here on Twitch. Code, welcome on in. How are you doing, my friend? But yeah, I'm not gonna say no to Minecraft. Because, you know, we stream Minecraft here. We do the Farlands. And I actually like doing the Farlands, because, you know, it's one of those streams where we can yap and game at the same time. There's not many other games like that. I mean, there are some, but... Anyway, rewards should be on. So if you watch the stream for 5 minutes, you get some cool drops. And I believe if you gift a sub, where you resub yourself, you get a badge. It's for a limited time only. And I believe it's until next week. I don't really know too much on that, but... Anywho... we are also changing the point structure, the chip structure for today slightly by a factor of 1. And this is for this stream only. So what that is regular viewers will earn 2 chips per minute instead of 1 for this stream. Subs will earn 4. Normally it's 1 and 3 respectively. So yeah, it's increased by a factor of 1. After this stream, we will go back to the 1 and 3. But I figured, you know, since today is quite possibly a scuffed sponsor stream, if you want to say that. You know, figured why not make a slight change. And there are a few other minor changes. Of course, if you hang around to the end of the stream, you have a chance of getting 300 chips. When we beat Babe of Ascension and CCLP 5, we'll hold a raffle of 1,500 chips. And I also increased the hype train from 300 to 400 chips per level. Because think about this, we've never had a hype train before in this channel. We've never had a hype train. So, and by the way, that 400 chips goes to everybody in chat who is there when the hype train ends. So, Anyway, what else is new? What else is new? Pretty sure everybody has heard about the, I believe it's the Artemis mission. For the first time in 50 years, we've gone to the moon. Can you believe that? All right, be careful. Oh, that's fine. All right, here we go. All right. Just check and make sure the volume is good. It appears as though it is. Let me know if it's a little too quiet. I can turn it up a little bit. Turn it up a notch. So yeah, 1 hour. 1 hour into stream, we'll try opening the sponsorship campaign. Because yeah, I'm new to these. Even though I've been affiliate for what, 3.5 years? About? Yeah. And you know, we're almost at 300 followers, which is not a bad start, if you ask me. Not a bad start. Alright, can we sleep? Nope. How about now? Alright. Alright, there we go. No, come back, boats. Wonder if... yeah, I could set the render distance to far. I don't know how well that would work, but... So anyway, don't forget, You get 5 subs, you get a sign. Wherever we are. I thought that was something, but I got baited. Alright, here it looks like there's something. Oh, we're gonna crash land. Okay. That's fine. Yeah, the more boats you use, the faster you travel. So, what else is new? Oh. Yeah, that's too small of a... Oh, okay, I almost took fall damage there. So anyway, exclamation point QOTD for today's question of the day. I should also make an alternative command for that, don't you think? Okay, we're doing pretty good. Yeah, I will need to... Look at this paradise. This would be a good spot for a sign if anybody's got 5 subs. But we are moving on. And that's right, don't forget, that also counts Ow. Yeah, that also counts towards the top gifter prize. Let's see, can I make it in here? I can. Alright, here we go. just gonna use wool to get over. Yeah, I know, not the best material, but we carry extra wool in case if we happen to accidentally leave a bed behind. Because remember, the first attempt, we went up to about 40,000 blocks. All right, let's go in here. Oh. It's free earn, but we still have 11 blocks of earn. Yeah, we still got 12 iron ingots. We'll see how fast this hour is. I'm hoping we get to at least 616. Yeah, I hope 616. And we're gonna go this way. So, what else is new? What other Tom lore? Do we perhaps have on our feet? All right, the sun is going down. Nope, gotta... Alright, it should work now. Maybe not. Alright. Sort out in case bad things happen. Alright. So yeah, don't worry. We should be eligible to open up the sponsorship campaign in about 12 minutes from now. Oh, okay, that's fine. All right. So, what else is everybody up to? Anyway, I do want to pinpoint something about the Babe of Ascension, what could perhaps be the finale. So, it is going to be this weekend, but I think I'm probably going to... I think the next Babe of Ascension stream will probably be on the Friday, because we're kind of in a time crunch here. And, you know, even though we made it only halfway up through the Tower of Ascension, you know, there's no telling how much farther we're gonna have to, you know, keep going. We will get there eventually. But I just want to give a heads up that it will probably be... We'll probably be doing perhaps the finale of Ascension on Friday. And then if we don't make it to the top on Friday, we'll go Saturday and then Sunday. And my guess is by Sunday we'll have completed Babe of Ascension. So if we complete it early, we'll probably squeeze an art stream in between. Yeah, we'll probably squeeze an art stream then. But in the meantime, I wonder if you... Yeah, I wonder if you placing a boat in shallow water helps it to go faster. Yeah, that might be the case. Because I noticed the water was shallow when I placed the boat, and I could go a bit faster, it appeared. So, there's something we don't do every day. Walk through a 2x1 hauled out overhang. Yeah, this is not long enough to use a boat. Also not long enough to use a boat. But here is something. Yeah, if you place a boat in shallow water, you can go a bit faster. Like, notice how this is in shallow water? Huh. I guess it also depends on the jump speed, too. But anyway. So, what else is new? Yeah, that thing over there. Yeah, I wonder if I were to play on far render distance, if that would... yeah, this is... Gonna climb up the mountain this way because we don't want to get bombarded with a creeper. And yes, that has actually happened once. I think the closest I've been to death is half a heart. I don't know, you'd have to... plant that tree. Have to look through the VODs and see. All right. And there's a big old mountain to the left. Sleep. Alright. Almost hit the 1 hour mark of the stream. So we should be able to accept the sponsorship once we reach the 1 hour mark of the stream. Because the requirements did say stream Minecraft for an hour. So if that theory is correct, then yeah, that theory is correct. That theory is correct, then it should work. I wonder if you get an alert saying that, hey, you are eligible to activate the Minecraft sponsorship. I know sometimes it takes a second for Twitch to update and shit, but we're gonna go to the end of this day cycle, and then we'll take a short break, and then hopefully I can get the sponsorship campaign to work. All right. Yeah, it's my first time ever playing with sponsorships. Ow. So Anyway, we can take a boat under the ice. Make sure, yep, we are going the right direction. And it looks like we're going to run out of luck here. Oh. Yeah, use a pick to break through. Whee! Yep, so once again, the end of this day, we'll take a break. We are 6 minutes away from pressing F3 for 49 hours. We are hoping for at least 616. Wonder if playing on far render distance increases the world size at all, or if it's about the same. That I could ask the Council of Farlanders. But I guess to get a more accurate representation, what I'll do is I'll keep playing normal render distance until we get to 1 million blocks. That way we have something to keep track of. All right. All right, sun is going down. I guess I'll use a boat here. Fuck it. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes with those overhangs, it gets dark enough that creepers spawn. And zombies, and skeletons, and spiders. And skeletons riding spiders. Alright, here we go. Alright, we only have one boat left. Let's make it count. All right. Ooh. Oh. And yeah, don't forget about today's question of the day. What's something that reminds you of home? All right. Pause. Let's go take a break. So, I can also do that. In the meantime, I'm going to try and figure out how to get this sponsorship up and running now that it's been 1 hour. So hopefully it works. If not, I might have to see what else I could do to get it activated. But until then, go ahead, get up, stretch, go get yourself something to eat or drink. I'll be back with you guys in just a few minutes. So please stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. And I will see you on the flip side. Please stay tuned. All right, guys, we are back. All right. Oh. Chad, I hate to tell you this. But it looks like we aren't able to get the Minecraft sponsor to work. It was supposedly first come, first serve. And I wanted to stream yesterday, but then I had other things, so I didn't stream. And then that was the case for the day before yesterday as well. It's, some days it's just a hit and miss. So, I guess what I'll do is I'll change the title to reflect the change. Minecraft sponsor not working. Ah, fuck. It's because I ran out of title space. I'm just going to say failed sponsored stream. Sad face. All right. Well, sorry about that. Sorry about that. I thought it was going to work for me. But, But then again, I am new to sponsors, so I am new to sponsors on Twitch cuz I've never played around with them before, so yeah, the title has been changed to reflect Title has been updated to reflect the change. But we're not done yet. We are not done yet because we're going right back in. That's right. We're going right back in. We left off 3949.41 megabytes. Give it a second for the world to generate. All right, we should be good to go. All right. And I almost broke my boat doing that. 1 minute until we press F3. So, don't forget today's question of the day. What's a smell that reminds you of home? What's a smell that reminds you of home? All right, here we go. God damn it. Fuck me. Of course, I'm using wool to get across. You got that right. All right, here we go. Fuck. All right, we're using up a lot of boats. Let's not keep doing that. Jesus. 4 boats on this stretch of sea. course, you want to get your wool supply back up. So yeah, unfortunately we weren't able to get the Minecraft sponsor to work. And then again, you know. Yeah, you know, I was thinking, you know, I wasn't gonna say no to it. I wasn't gonna say no to it, but... But yeah, the timing of, you know, everything just didn't work out. There should still be... There should still be drops, though. There should still be drops, so if you watch the stream for 5 minutes, you get some cool stuff. And yes, for this stream only, we'll have increased chip. Yeah, increased number of chips for watching the stream for this stream only. And that is by a factor of 1. So anyway, yeah, the other thing that's been going on with me is the other thing that's been going on with me is, even though I'm slowly getting my self-confidence and self-esteem back, and probably the most I've had in years. The things that I find important... Why'd I choose to do that? Well, if you want to put it this way, there is the possibility of moving across the country from New York to Colorado. And while, yes, it would theoretically be cheaper, because, you know, New York is expensive as fuck. And plus the taxes here are insane. The thing is, with Colorado, I could see myself moving there and getting kind of stuck in life. Because the things that I find important, the things that are important to me, number one, I want to find love. Number two, I still want to be able to get a job. And regardless of how well I do on Twitch, I'm still going to need a job. Even if things blow up overnight, it's still not going to be enough. I could see myself making friends out there, which, again, I have made a lot of friends here on Twitch. And yeah, it's a different kind of friendship. Different kind of friends, but I still consider them friends. However, you know, think about this. Me being 25 years old, at some point, if I want to live the life that I want, I got to take a leap of faith. And that is a calculated leap of faith. Because you can take a risk and then it backfires. But if you take everything into consideration first, you know, take a calculated risk, then, you know, yeah, I'll just plant those flowers there. Also, when we craft more boats, we're going to use up more cocoa beans. Because being low on health is not ideal. Of course, we could kill pigs and stuff, but I also want to use up my cocoa bean supply. Oh fuck, we forgot to press F3. Oh well. Well, here you are, 11 minutes late. 618, oh. 618, 900. Still need to go this way a little bit. I forgot. Sorry about that. But either way, it has been 1 hour, so what else can you say? Yeah, it's one thing to note that my journey, sometimes it's a little hard to keep track, because you know, guess I was too caught up in the sponsorship not working and, you know, a whole bunch of other shit. Sorry about that. I totally forgot. I think that's probably the first time I've fucked up like that. Let's see, where were we then again? Like, what, 605-ish? So 618.9. That's still fairly decent. I'd like to be a little bit faster than that. But anyway, back to the point. So yeah, I want to find love. Adrenaline Dragon, thank you for grabbing that free wheel spin in your daily chips. Speaking of wheel spins. All right, here we go. Good luck. And it's going to be a stretch. Hell yeah, mate. All right. Babe of Ascension next stream. So, the frick. And I'm out of boats. I was gonna make more cocoa beans, but it's either that or drown. We have not been good at managing our boat usage today. But anyway, I have decided the next Ascension stream will likely be on Friday. So we know for sure we can get it done next weekend. Because the weekend after that, I have plans. And then 2 weeks from now will be very likely the finale of CCLP 5. And we'll see if that takes up 2 streams. It might. But anyway, B, welcome on in. How are you doing, mate? Good, just getting ready to sleep. Well, I appreciate you popping in. And hell yeah, thank you for the 7 stream watch streak as well, AD. All right. Hoi. Yeah, I wasn't quite able to get the Minecraft sponsorship able to work. Wasn't quite able to get that to work. But then again, you know, I am new to sponsorships on Twitch, so... yeah, be careful not to... It's a big open sea. And this is where it's going to end. Good time too, because it's about time to sleep. Alright. And there was some more sea over here. So yeah, don't forget today's question of the day, exclamation mark QOTD. I should also make a command alias so that exclamation point question also works. And that's something that I can do. So yeah. Babe of Ascension, most likely the finale this weekend, starting on Friday. CCLP 5 in 2 weeks. So in the meantime, we're doing the Farlands. Alright. Yeah, we're doing this the LUFO method. Damn it. Oh, okay, I hit the thing, but that's alright. Okay. Now let's not fall out of our boat, because that would be a time loss. Ow. Ow. Okay. Now we really need to... Yep. And just like that, I just eat cookies. 8 cookies. Not the best food for you in real life, but in this version of the game, they're great. Four hearts for 8 cookies. How's my armor doing? Chestplate is getting beat. I probably should have known that was gonna be fall damage. Yeah, let's not try to be cool. Because y'all know what happens when we try to be cool. Alright. We're gonna crash land here. No! I gotta stop doing that. Alright, more boats. We're wasting boats here. And we're losing time, you know, banging boats like that. Of course, iceberg. All right, there we go. So anyway, what was I talking about before? I was talking about the things that I consider important to me. Ooh, that was close. Yeah, let's not try to be cool. So yeah, I want to find love. That's number one. Number two, I want to get a good job. And anyway, regardless of how well this channel performs, I'm still gonna need a job. Number three, me being 25 years old, I want to... it's about time to take that leap of faith, you know? Instead of, you know, being stuck. Finding yourself stuck where you are because of the circumstances that led you to that point, if you want to call it that. Streaming is still important to me. Because even though we have not made too much growth, I'd still say I'm better than 75% of everybody else on Twitch who streams, so. And then when you think about it, 75% is a big number, so. All right, we're gonna shoot through the gap. Yeah, when you break your boat doing that, you know you're going at a speed. You know you're going at a speed where you know. All right. I do see a bigger ocean here. No. Best to do this and then it does kind of look caved in, but I don't think that's a dungeon. right, here we go. So what else were we talking about? So yeah, I want to find love, number one. Number two, I really need to get a good job, you know. Number three, me being 25 years old, I want to take that leap of faith. And not feel stuck. In life. Fuck. Number four is I still want to be able to stream. And there are certain things you need to have in order to be able to stream. That being good internet. Not necessarily light speed. But at least 10 megabits per second upload. The more, the better. The more, the merrier. This isn't going to be long enough. I don't think. No. Okay, maybe... No, it ends. It ends. Alright. Hoi. And we got ice. Yeah. So those of you that don't know, in order to be able to stream, you need good quality internet upload speed, so you can have better latency. And you also need a quiet space for yourself, where there's no background noises. That's what you need. If you don't have that, it's kind of hard to stream. Yeah, now there are ways of getting by, but the last thing you want to do is put yourself in a scenario where you end up in a lot of trouble. Because at the end of the day, you know, when everything you know when your life as you know it is on the line, you're going to do everything in your power to make sure you don't lose that. And the further you put yourself in trouble, the more riskier your behavior gets. And then from there, it's only a matter of time before you crash and burn. So, yeah, that's my definition of where I see things going. Well, not necessarily, but anyway, what else is new? Make sure, yes, we are going the right way. Get rid of those sticks. Avoid those potholes. Alright. Didn't realize time was flying by. We only got 20 minutes left until we press F3, and 7 minutes left on the ad clock. So you know what that means. That means it's time for another short break. Alright. Alright. Let's take a break. So go ahead, get up, stretch, go get yourself something to eat or drink. I'll be back with you guys in just a few minutes. So please stay tuned, don't go anywhere, and I will see you on the other side. All right, guys, we are back. So, who's ready to continue? Who is ready to continue? You got your flesh ready? We left off 4021.92 megabytes. We got 20 minutes, less than 20 minutes before our next F3 press. So we're probably going to go over there and then we will take our dinner break. So, could have waited for the world to generate, but that's okay. So, remember 618.9 was our last F3. Also considering making an F3 command kind of like the why did I try to do that? Trying to be cool doesn't work. So, what's new? Yeah, it seems like the more you walk, the faster you'll get. That pig was dry. Dang it. I only have 3 more cocoa beans left, so... Alright, here we go, more sheep. Give me that wool. Alright, up to 61. Of course, climbing mountains. I don't recommend climbing mountains, but sometimes you have to climb mountains for the sake of climbing mountains. All right. Got 15 minutes before we press F3. And hopefully I'll remember to do it this time. Let's see. Hoping for at least 6:30. All right, here we go. Yeah, that's a big open area right there. Well, we were bound to run into it anyway. See if we can shoot the gap. Nope. Oh well. Hard to believe we'll be over 50 hours into this journey. Yeah, it's better to not go. Better to not go through the cliff. Because you don't know if a creeper is waiting on the other side. Yeah, you don't know if a creeper is waiting on the other side. Anyway. Yeah, this is a big year for me. I'll tell you that much. Because it's likely going to be the year where I take the leap of faith. If you know what I mean. And there's today's question of the day. What's a smell that reminds you of home? Alright, here we go. Perfect. We're going to try and use up... No, we only go after the spawners we see. Yeah, we only go after the spawners we see that are exposed to land. And yeah, technically, there is a glitch past the 8 million offset where you can kind of see where things are. But then again, I wouldn't use F3 to locate mob spawners, because that's kind of cheating. And anyway, it was taken out of the game in later versions. This version of the game still has it where mob ID numbers appear. Although in current versions of the game, you could probably make a mod that does make it so mob IDs appear above their heads. Alright, here we go. Sort out. We're getting quite a bit of wood. Yeah, let's actually switch to wood. Eight minutes until we press F3. 8 minutes until we press F3. And let's not try to be cool, because y'all know how well that goes. Oh. Alright. Well, that's another way to break your boat. Alright. Yeah, doing that is pretty risky. Seven minutes to the next F3 press. God damn it. Alright, last boat. Or sometimes alright, here we go. Six minutes to the next F3 press, and I almost tried to be cool over there. And I actually did try to be cool right there. Gotta remember, the armor I have is not necessarily gonna last. Ooh. 5 minutes to the next F3 press. All right, here we go. Let's go this way. That's all right. Damn it. I keep missing those goddamn boat swings. All right, here we go. All right. Not easy doing a 180, isn't it? Well, maybe it's not necessarily a 180. It's more like a 90-degree turn. All right, here we go. Oh, bye-bye, boat. All right, 2 minutes, and then we press F3. And at the conclusion of this day, we will take a dinner break. And that'll be time for me to grab some food. You can bridge with wood, but not with leaves. All right, 1 minute, and then we press F3. We're gonna use a boat under the ice. And be careful of these potholes. All right, how far have we walked in the past 48 minutes, technically? Oh. All right, here we go. 630,800. So we were hoping for at least 630. We got that. I also got to remember, in this version of the game, you know, yeah, see, technically I can jump down there, but you take fall damage if the water is not deep enough. Because, you know, water physics. Alright, well, there's another ocean up ahead. Hi, cow. Alright, here we go. Fuck. Yeah, if you push the boat, it appears as though you can do this. Alright, sun's going down. Alright. Alright, let's sleep and get my sword out in case if bad things happen. Yep. Oh no. Fuck. Why did I... Why'd I sleep? I'm fumbling my controls. It's over. It's fucking over. Yep. It's over. GG. I told you it was a hardcore journey. I told you it was a hardcore journey, and that if I were to die, that would be the end. Of course I had to deal with those fucking beds. Alright. Well, let's, Yep, that run is gonna be a dud. I'll still have the VOD for this attempt. And we were going at a relatively clean pace, I want to say. All right, let's see here. All right. So let's watch the replay. Let's watch the replay. All right. Probably be best if I can put this in slow motion so I can show you exactly what's going on. So let's put it at half speed. All right, so here I am minding my own business. Wait, I should... Okay, we're not at this point yet. Let's put it on normal speed. All right. You can see, throw my sticks away. I grab the bed. I place the bed. I sleep. And then I get my sword out, which is a good thing, because you want to be prepared in case if... Yeah, see, I kind of... Yeah, right there. That's where I get hit. And then I actually get a hit on this skeleton. And then I see my hearts. 4 hearts right there. So then I'm thinking, I got to find some way to... I got to find some way to defend myself. And the way to do that is with blocks. Well, what happened? Oh, that's what I did. I right-clicked the bed with the water bucket. I right-clicked the bed with the water bucket, thinking that I was going to place blocks. I right-clicked the bed with the water bucket, thinking I was going to place blocks. I don't know if right-clicking a bed with a block actually... Yeah, I don't know if right-clicking the bed with a block... I don't know. Does it make you sleep? Or... I'd imagine it does. I don't know. I could probably test that out. And since it is nighttime, and since we do have a bed right there... Alright. So notice the bed is right here. Watch. Okay, yeah, you sleep. So that wouldn't have mattered. That wouldn't have mattered. So, where was the hitbox? Where was the hitbox? Let's see. See if I can go back to the instantaneous moment. All right. Wait a second. Okay. We need to see that one more time. It was right here. Let's put it on quarter speed. So watch the hitbox. Watch the hitbox. You can see right there. I'm trying to place blocks down so I can fend myself. So oh, that's what happened. I got hit when I tried to place a block there. I got hit. Yeah, I got hit. And anyway, I would have placed water. So, you know, that's so yeah, here it is again in normal speed. You can see placing a bed, get my sword out, and then, you know, this is a strategy, you know, call it the LUFO method if you want. But yeah, I'm just trying to get 2 hits on that skeleton. Trying to get 2 hits on that skeleton. I was a heart down, wasn't I? Yeah, I was a heart down. Oh, well. Well, you know what that means. That means next time we're going to have a new journey, most likely, and probably a new seed. I've been using the 404 seed. Yeah, I've been using the 404 seed. So I wonder if I should use the 404 seed or if I should use the seed Serene. Yeah, we'll show this one more time in real-time speed. You can see I'm already down 2 hearts, which again, yeah, part of it is also my armor too. Like my armor's trash. Yeah, I got hit and then yeah, I got hit the instantaneous like 2 ticks after. Yeah, I got hit and then 2 ticks later I would have placed the water bucket. So yeah. Can you exit a bed when you're sleeping? Can you exit a bed when you're sleeping? But yeah, unfortunately, it is over. I did say this would be a hardcore journey, and I did say that if in the event I were to die, that would be the end. So, yeah, I didn't test that. I wonder. I think in modern versions of in the game, you can leave your bed. So did I have that? I think it existed in this version of the game. Let's see. No. Yeah, I didn't have anything on me that I could have used. I didn't have a golden apple, but you know. Yeah. And we were at 630,000 blocks or something like that. So we were at a pretty good pace. Not a fast pace, but, you know, we were improving on it. So, and we did have another yeah, there is I do have a YouTube highlight of before this journey existed, there was another attempt. Yeah, before this journey existed, there was another attempt. Yeah. Okay. All right. I have it right here. So this was the first attempt. All right. You know what? Again, I'll put it muted for the voiceover commentary. So what actually happened here was I left my bed behind, and I didn't have enough wool to a few moments later. Yeah, I didn't have enough wool to replace my bed. And so what I'm left with is, you know, having to walk through the night. And then we'll just skip a little bit here because the okay, that one I just leave and rejoin. But this happened, and I'm actually going to turn on the video commentary here. Zombies. This was the first attempt. Very first attempt. I was about 40,000 blocks out. But it's okay. I got cobbled too. You can see trying to pillar up the mountain, and then boom, whoa! There's a creeper. And there's that. So yep. And likewise over here, let's just let's just show you what happened with the audio on. All right, it's right here. And get my sword out in case if bad things happen. Yep. Oh no. Fuck. Why did I... Why'd I sleep? I'm fumbling my controls. It's over. It's fucking over. Yep. Well, if you've never seen me rage before, you thought it was going to happen in Jump King, but no, it happens here. Yeah, I could show you. I could show you what happens. Yeah, I could show you what would have happened, but that would require me to do some. I would do some exploration. I mentioned I wanted to use the seed Serene. I know 404 is a good seed, but we'll just call this Test Sarah. We'll use Serene as the world seed. This is not an official attempt. Okay. All right, very promising. Where are we? We're a little ways away. Yeah, that could be problematic. Who knows what the spawn chunks will be like? Let's try test Sarah 2. All right, this is a little more like it. But yeah, I don't know. We might go with 404. We might go with Serene as the world seed. But either way, that is going to be it for tonight, unfortunately. All right, sorry about that. Let's find us a raid target. I hate to end stream right now, but unfortunately we died. So that is officially the end. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and raid out now. And then I want to raid somebody I don't get a chance to raid all that often. Let's see. Could raid Aquas. What else? We do have somebody playing Minecraft for the first time ever. Let's see, what else we got? We got 8K. I guess we might be spinning a wheel tonight for whoever we raid. Yeah, I think we are spinning the wheel. Let's see. Well, this is going to be a fun way to raid somebody. Let's go new. Let's see. All right, so whoever I like, I'm going to add to the list. And I should probably pull this over. All right. So, back to raid browser. Make sure we go someone we're following. Let's see. We might get a chance to raid them. So let's see. Aquas has raided us a few times, although I don't think we've ever raided them, to be honest. See, I've raided Moxed. I think we'll get a chance to raid that person. Cascadooch, Arksy. Yeah, we'll put AK in there for shits and giggles. Have I rated this person before? I have not. Okay. Yes, Lib Valley. Oh man, decisions. Why don't I start the S raffle right now? So go ahead, exclamation point join for a chance of winning 300 chips. Let's see. We've rated only lizards before. Sam. I kind of want to raid Lib Valley. I know I said I was going to do a wheel spin, but I kind of want to raid Lib Valley. And Lib Valley is also one of the homies in the yeah, they appear to get off. Yeah, they've only been going for 2 hours, so yeah, I could raid Lib Valley. No one entered the raffle, Sag. I know, I'm a mess. I could just raid Aquas, kid him back. But I'm sure. Yeah, you know what? Let's spin the wheel. Fuck it. Alright, so whoever I see that I like, that I haven't rated in a long time, we're going to add them to the wheel. So, Aquas for sure. We could raid 20 Dan. Could raid AK. Could raid Lib. Yeah, this is the hardest part about streaming is figuring out who you're gonna raid. Okay, I know I said I was gonna raid. I know I said I was gonna raid Lib, but I kind of want to raid Aquas because they've raided us a few times. And, you know, sometimes they stream late, sometimes they end early, but yeah, I think, yeah, let's just go ahead and raid Aquas. Let's just go ahead and raid Aquas. / raid Aquas. Alright. We're going. So unfortunately, that's going to do it for tonight. We died, so that does mean, because it's a hardcore journey, we will be starting over from the beginning. I don't know for sure what seed I'll use, but it will be a notable seed nonetheless. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Thank you to everybody who tuned in tonight. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to follow me on Twitch if you haven't done so already. Check out my socials. Catch up on all the latest highlights on the YouTube channel. Join the club. Here's the raid message. Grab the bottom message if you are a sub. Otherwise, grab the top message. Let's send this bad boy on over. And until then, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, night, time zone, wherever the world you are watching from. Take it easy. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye now.